some of you to kind of, catch up together. All of you are in a very similar space with and have been around, working with us for a good length of time. So you understand the space pretty well. Um, so just to kind of kickstart, maybe we can just have a quick round of introductions. Um, so all of you know me, so I think I'll just give myself. Hi, Harsh. Uh,
Hey, hi Sharad. How are you?
hey, yeah, just doing very well. Thanks for meeting
Sure.
me to the meeting. If you can just quickly kind of, share what you are doing and what you're building, um, your model per se.
Oh, sure. Everyone else done?
No, we've just started, so we've just
Okay.
been waiting for you to come in.
Okay. Hey, sorry guys, I got a bit delayed. I somehow missed the email invitation. But hey, I'll go first. I'm Apar. I run the design cart. We're India's largest online store for raw material, and we supply fabrics, trims, textiles, beads, buttons, to fashion design, jewelry, interiors, and accessory industry. So if you're a fashion designer, jewelry designer, interior designer, an accessory designer, you come to our platform and we help you source your raw material. With Shipturtle's help, we've been able to expand our seller base to more than 200 sellers across India. And yeah, you know how Shipturtle works. So that's about me. I've been doing this for 5 years now, 5+ years now.
Yeah. So just to kind of share, this is less about Shipturtle. I think all of you know, and we'll maybe spend some time towards the end in terms of our roadmap if you have some requirements. It was more really from so I will kind of structure it as we go
Yeah,
along,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
more about other things because finally, we are an operations app, right? I mean, I think we are not the magic sauce. So I think the meeting is more meant for all of you to exchange how you have been scaling up your marketplace and what are the other things which you've been doing. That was basically the intention. So thanks a lot, Apar. Moshi, would you like to go next?
Sure. Thanks for having me, Sharad. It's been great. It's been a great experience with ShipTurtle when we started almost a year ago. Guys, my name is Molshri. I run a marketplace for home and living. We're called Dussan. We started a little more than a year ago. We primarily work in the home and decor space. We have over 9 categories, 40 subcategories, 200 vendors, which are a mix of international brands as well as manufacturers. I've been using ShipTurtle since a while, based out of Delhi, Okhla. And yeah, excited to speak with all of you guys and to know the roadmap for ShipTurtle going forward.
Great to be connected, Molshi. My wife is a customer at Dussan.
Yes, I'm very glad to know that.
Good to be introduced here. Great.
So just moving on, we'll just kind of quickly do the intros. Rujita, do you want to go next? Rujita is from Zwende.
Hi. Hi, it's great to be here. It's nice to be meeting all of you. I lead the supply vertical at Zwende, so that includes category management, business development, merchandising, etc. So Zwende is a platform for primarily for customized, personalized products. We work with across 700 plus artists. As of now, we've been around for the last, I think, 8 years now, and yeah, we're based remote. I'm based out of Jaipur, but we have an office in Bangalore as well. And yeah, I mean, we primarily work with a lot of small scale vendors, and it's been great being at Zwende for me, at least for the last couple of years.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rujita. Sagar is the founder at Vegan Dukan. I'm sure a lot of you would have heard about him. Sagar, over to you.
Hey, hi everyone. Vegan Dukan is a marketplace for vegan products. Pretty new category itself. World across as well as in India. So we started in 2019 and as a marketplace idea only. And now we have close to 200 sellers. They are selling either their products are completely vegan or that part of their portfolio is vegan. So that's what we are doing and. Yeah, I think here to exchange ideas and if we can learn from you guys, some fantastic work and very interesting marketplaces are being built. So and never know, like India would have so many marketplaces apart from all these big names. So yeah, very nice to see you all.
Fantastic. And we also have Saumitra. He runs Mybageecha. I think I would have spoken a lot about it in the past with all of you. Some you want to quickly introduce. He's my brother, by the way, so we work together.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm Samsud running Mybageecha. So we are a platform looking to connect people with nature. So we sell plants as well, and we have a lot of like home decor which we build with natural products like flowers, and so so our niche is nature, so as the brand sort of like goes, and we are a marketplace too. So we have some vendors on board who make stuff with nature or style some kind of decor with nature. So yeah.
Fantastic. So just to get moving, so I think I'm just splitting this into like a couple of subparts. So we'll talk about the demand side first, and I would like, all of you to share a little bit thoughts on what are your how do you generate demand? What are your key acquisition channels? The second thing is, what does your conversions, ATV, CAC, the usual metrics look like so that you can benchmark with each other? And finally, any two challenges which you have on the demand side and any two learnings which you might be having which can be useful for others. So maybe we can just, anybody can kind of start. So we're just talking about the demand side, how as a marketplace you're getting revenue, how you're getting customers on board, and how, how you're looking at things going ahead.
I'll go first. So we are strictly not a consumer company. I primarily work with uh, boutique owners, fashion brands, home decor brands. So we've tried multiple models. I've been running this for 5+ years. So everything that is there to try in the book to generate demand, we've tried. And finally, I think we've pivoted also a little bit. When I started the company, I wanted to only work with large factories because that's where volumes come in. But the kind of model that I was trying to build did not really fit into the whole supply chain of how sourcing happens for fabrics, especially in very large setups. Let's say there is a brand which is there's a factory which is making clothes for Zara. Their sourcing happens in a very, very difficult and complicated way. There's tech packs. There's an entire process that goes behind it, which an online platform could not solve. So what I eventually zeroed down then was to go digital first. And currently we're acquiring customers via the same medium that any B2C company would do. But obviously our ads are very targeted towards a very small community of fashion designers, boutique owners, people who have, we target various interest groups which are more technical in nature, less consumer oriented in nature, on both Google and Facebook. The other thing that we've done really well, which I knew from, thankfully, I had the sense to know when I started the business, was we put in a lot of effort in building our SEO channel really well. So if you write fabrics on Google right now, we're probably the first or the second website. So, I mean, and 4 saal pehle competition kam tha, so it was easier to sort of rank your website. So the first year and a half, we put in a lot of effort to just rank on all the possible categories. Even though we were not in those categories, I said, rank kara do aaj. एक पेज बना दो, 2 प्रोडक्ट डाल दो, let us rank first, because 4 साल बाद इसके डिविडेंड आएंगे या whatever. Eventually we will start getting its dividends, and that is exactly what has happened. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say unfortunately, but the kind of category that I am in, it is not a very online led category. So, organic today contributes about 30% of my overall demand. Everything else is currently driven by performance marketing, which is your Googles, WhatsApps, and Facebook. WhatsApp as a channel has emerged extremely well for us, especially because my repeat rates are extremely high. So because I'm more semi B2B, we depend heavily on WhatsApp to keep generating demand, because my designers need new designs to go to them, and it's not possible for them to come onto the website each time. So we push out a lot of very relevant content also. And catalogs also via WhatsApp. So I use this tool called Interact. If you guys have heard of Interact, it's a great tool. I mean, I've tried 5-6 different tools for WhatsApp marketing. I've been doing it for about 2 years now. So WhatsApp scalable nahi hota as a marketing channel, but it's lovely for retention. So our repeat rate used to be about 10-12% 2 years ago. Before that, when we started WhatsApp, Now they're about 35%, and almost all the retention marketing is either driven by Facebook remarketing ads or WhatsApp. So that has worked phenomenally well for us.
So at Mybageecha also, I think Swami can share more, but we've been using business on bot.
Yeah.
Very bad experience with Lime Chat, just as a feedback, but business on bot seems to be working well. At Shipturtle, we've integrated with Gupshup, but that is more from a vendor management. And I mean, that's not the automation tool, Of course, they have this set of features as well.
Amongst all the tools that I worked with Engati. There was ByteSpeed, and we finally got down to Interact. I felt Interact was the most cost effective, and uska UI was the simplest. The business was on board when I try Nikra because I've got a different chatbot on my website from a different supplier altogether. So what we've done is we've segregated all our support messages on one channel, which is a chatbot called ZigChat. So all the support complaints come on one WhatsApp channel. All marketing is pushed through another, and this happened because starting में हमारा WhatsApp marketing block हो गया था because हमें पता नहीं था we were spamming customers. So I said कि नहीं यार, let's just separate the two. Hey, hi Surbi, we've spoken before.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Go on.
Sorry. So we sort of what was that? Yeah. So we segregated the two. हमारे पास दो official WhatsApp number है, एक purely support के लिए, एक purely marketing के लिए. एक sales वाले के पास होता है, एक support वाले के पास होता है. And Interact wala we only use for marketing, and ZigChat is what we use for support. So that's something that's worked out really well.
That's a good idea. So just introducing, I think Surbi has joined us from the Mom Store, and we also have COVID from Suspire. But Surbi, over to you. I think we just started like 10 minutes back. We just did a quick round of intro. Maybe you can just share what you do as a business, and then we're talking on the demand side. How you generate demand and what kind of challenges you've had and what learnings you've had, which maybe others can also benefit from.
Yeah. Hi guys, good to be here. I'm Surbhi and I run the Mom Store. It's a mother and baby products platform. We started as a private label for maternity, infant, and kids wear way back in 2019. And somewhere along the way, also became a marketplace for non-apparels to complete the entire motherhood journey. So as of now, we basically sell our own private label and the other brands on our website, and we use Shipturtle to power that. So thanks, Sharath. And there have been a lot of learnings, and as far as the demand side is concerned, I think Apar has covered pretty much a lot of it. But we also generate our customers and acquire customers from performance marketing largely. We also do a lot of efforts in SEO, which we've been doing since the beginning to rank on certain keywords which are specific to us. We've been lucky to rank well on the maternity side of keywords because the competition was less that time when we started out, and we've been able to maintain that position. And for WhatsApp marketing, email marketing, and all, we've been using Contlo. And we've actually pretty much liked the software because it does everything. We can run email marketing from it. It also powers our chatbot. And we also run WhatsApp campaigns from Contlo, but it is powered via Gupshup. We have the tie up with it. And then SMS is also integrated in the same sort of platform, but that is being run. So they have partners like Trust Signal and all. So all our push messages, email marketing, and WhatsApp is from Contlo. We've used Engati in the past. We've also used Dialog 360 and a couple of others, but we finally landed on Contlo and stayed here.
Wonderful. So just to share any metrics, is it something which can you share what kind of conversions you get? What's your ATV just for the others to benchmark? I think conversions is the most important piece, which mostly all of you would be interested in knowing how Meta and Google is working out for you and what kind of conversions you have on your website.
Yeah, so it keeps changing actually because Meta and Google also keep changing their algorithms. It doesn't stay constant, but on an average, we see and also depends on the kind of mix of campaigns that we are running. If you're only running conversion campaigns, the traffic will be lower, but the conversion will be higher. But if we run like consideration campaigns and traffic campaigns like initiate checkout or overall brand awareness and traffic. The traffic will be higher, but the conversion percentage will be lower. But we try to maintain it around, right now it's around 1.1, 1.2% on an average. When we were running only sales conversions, it used to be around 1.8, 1.9 as well at one point of time. But that's not sustainable because acquiring customers is very expensive for all kind of conversion related campaigns. And I would love to hear this metric from others. And is it similar or is it different for other categories?
So I'll since I've already spoken about demand, I've since day one, because of the kind of work that we do, we've only run conversion campaigns. I've never run an ATC, a brand, or so we only run conversion prospecting and then conversion remarketing. And I want to highlight one specific thing that I've noticed very particular. So our current conversion rate is at about 1.3, 1.4% broadly. But that's also because we only run conversion campaign. Now, one thing that I've noticed is that as a Shopify store, I'm extremely sensitive to my speed. At least my customers are. So I'll give you a very pertinent example. There's an app called Judge.me, which I'm sure all of us have heard.
Yeah.
This is for collecting reviews. So if you go to Design Card today, आपको front end पे सिर्फ एक app मिलेगा, which is a front end facing app. We use a lot of automation on the back end. We use Mechanic, we use Matrixify a lot because my catalog is 200,000 products. So to automate the entire cataloging process, हमने Matrixify और Mechanic में सब setup किया हुआ है. We installed Judge.me. Our conversion rate overnight went down from 1.3 to 0.9. So the next morning when we came to, we were like, क्या हुआ कल? We saw all our campaigns, everything is working fine. And then we, ek do din run kara, it was at 0.9 only. And then we removed Judge.me and it came back to 1.2. And now it's back to 1.4.
Yeah.
So what I figured is for a brand like me, and abhi recently we installed the first ever app in 5 years that I've installed.
App or people have
because of the app.
Reviews? What?
No, it was because of the app. Reviews तो आया ही नहीं था उस पे कुछ भी. It was just that the app was making the website load slower. Far slower.
It's Shopify speed that shows in your
32. 1 second, I can tell you right now. I think it's 32. Recommended 30 से ऊपर होता है, तो it's decent. It's not bad. I'm at exactly 30 right now.
This exact thing had happened with me when I used Engati. We were at a conversion rate of 1.3, 1.4, and when we started using Engati, we went directly to 0.6, 0.7.
Wow.
And we started, and you don't really figure out, right? There's so many permutations. You start figuring out somewhere else.
You eliminate things and then you
switch off something, then you do something. We finally figured that it was Engati, which was.
Yeah, so the point I was trying to make is that I'm an extremely sensitive store owner when it comes to putting front-end apps. The only one that I've recently installed is a cross-sell app, but now मेरे पास cross-sell भी नहीं था. Like मेरे को कोई JavaScript नहीं चाहिए on my front-end. So and I'm like we've done a lot of work in optimizing. तो हमने A+ content भी नहीं डाला. हमने कहा हमें कुछ नहीं चाहिए, हमें product दिखाना है, हमें price दिखाना है, and that's it. And our customers were accepting that. So I am yet to figure out the answer to this because collecting reviews, doing upsell, all of those are important bits that you have to solve for in e-commerce. I haven't been able to solve, so would love to learn what others have done.
I think that's a very interesting, important point. If others can also share their experience with different plugins which they're using on Shopify, which they would really suggest as a must have.
Share your opinion on is what about one-page checkouts like Simple, ZPay, Go Quick, and all, and getting that over your Shopify checkout? What is everybody's
Speed.
that?
Again, speed.
Speed, and plus your GA won't tell you anything. फिर order किधर से आया. Everything will be quick. Everything will be Go Quick.
They're just too expensive. Like honestly,
yeah, that will be very expensive.
So our margins are not the healthiest like D2C brands. So
they are like matching the Shopify rates only, right?
No. Go Quick was about I think 3%. My data is a little old because I spoke to them more than a year ago, but I think it was 3% of your
process of trying it out again. But go ahead. It's 1%. What is
hidden charges there should be. So they'll be like ये 1% checkout के लिए है, 1% ये tool use करना है तो उसके लिए है, 1% discount use करना है तो उसके लिए है, and ultimately it comes out to around 3% only. At least the last time we spoke to them.
Who are do quick?
I only spoke to Go Quick, but this was a year ago. I remember
I
3% is what they told me.
recommend Shopflow. They are really good, and we have been using their services, and it is equivalent to what Shopify would charge if their checkout is used,
Right.
and they keep on upgrading their product very well. I have I tried few of them.
Quick.
Razorpay don't use their checkout, please.
So after installing Shopflow, Sagar, आपको आपके GA4 में डेटा दिखता है क्या कि कन्वर्जन किससे आया? Because Razorpay, Magic Checkout, GoQuick, I know as a matter of fact, the moment you install them, आपका GA4 will show all conversions that come through GoQuick. So you don't know what the UTM source is for that particular visitor on your website. With Shopflow, has the problem been solved?
No.
I'll check that.
एक बार आप check कर.
GA4 data you are saying.
And they claim that they don't have this problem and they take our pixel IDs and analytics UA IDs and be able to
मैंने डाला ही नहीं फिर. I'm like, but
Actually, we
Shopify
also have
they
bifurcated.
have a project pay April में
You mean to say? I
50%
just want to understand this question. You mean to say that whatever conversion happens, it will always show that
Go Quick as your source
medium is to Shopflow. I don't think it's happening there, but I can verify that, and probably I can also connect with POC. They are really good because they keep on updating their product. We get good.
But Shopify is installed. Shopify का भी one click checkout आ गया है. I think 3 महीने पहले आया था.
They started.
Yeah. Shopify is also actually started. The same
One page. It's one page.
Same thing. Yeah.
नहीं है जिसमें वो basically it reduces your customer journey of filling all the details. So first of all, it's an OTP based login.
Yeah.
E-commerce.
And importantly, a lot of these tools are selling for lower RTO rate, right? Like risky customers, or you give them a block list. All of that is not what Shopify will ever build for, given that they don't have the COD problem.
So even these customizing discounts are possible in all these apps, like specifically in Shopflow. And now recently they have come up with a feature where you can take partial COD amount, where you take 10% upfront and 90% can be done COD. So this is something can be very interesting to reduce RTOs and all, which
Shopflow, or like partial COD.
They just launched. Like, been a week or something like that.
Sorry.
So I do plan to make a group maybe with all of you so that you can kind of take it ahead. But just to, get COVID and Parva in, they've started to build a platform called Suspire. I think they are a little early in the journey. I'm sure they can learn a lot from you. But over to the two of you, if you can just introduce yourself, what you're trying to do. What kind of interface are you planning to build on your website? Is there something interesting you're doing from a consumer-facing angle?
Hi, Sharad. Hi, guys.
Hi.
This side, COVID Gen. I am handling the operations in Suspire. I'm so sorry, like our founder is out of town right now and he was not able to join this call, unfortunately. He's traveling right now. And Parv is handling the marketing in Suspire.
Yeah, so
all right. Would either of you want to kind of share a little bit more details about how you're thinking, what kind of choices you've made and what seems to be probably working for you?
Yes. So I'll just introduce Suspire. So we are a marketplace for all vegan and sustainable products. So we have around 250 brands with us right now, across all categories: apparel, accessories, footwear, home decor, cosmetics, food, beverages, etc. So we've been really struggling with the commission bit, as we are working on different commissions with different vendors, and also we're also trying to build a kind of a vendor dashboard for everyone with which can be very user friendly. So a lot of the brands are struggling with a good interface kind of a thing. Like they want it very how can I put this? They want it very user friendly, as mostly the order processing, inventory management is done by the interns. And and they find it very difficult to understand the app.
All right, I think that's a feedback for me. So I think on that note, maybe
I just want to add some points. And
yeah,
that point, Shipturtle, we got an idea of Shipturtle, onboarding with Shipturtle, and like after onboarding Shipturtle, like a lot of vendors have come up with the feedback that they have got a user-friendly dashboard to them, like just to add products, just to edit and everything. Those problems got sorted out, and I just had a uh, like sense of discussing a checkout page, like Sagar has introduced regarding shop flow, and so right now currently we are like starting working with Just Pay Breeze, and they have very less commercials right now. Like for example, they are offering at 0.8% flat for all prepaid orders, and for COD they are not charging anything, and they have partial payment option also as well. But as discussed previous also, like the conversions rate, I also need to check with them. Like, will we be able to see the conversions rate through direct their dashboard or not? But the commercials and the features which they are providing is like current is like totally a very good features which they are providing us. And it's a startup company, and their parent company is JustPay. So they are also aggregator. So they have multiple payment segments. Like for all the credit card, debit card, they are like offering commercials at 0.8% only.
wonderful. So I think everybody can just have a look at it, and we'll probably share the names also in our email post this meeting. So just to close on the demand side, and by the way, so we have certain things to share. We'll do it after towards the fag end of this meeting. In terms of what we are building a very nice C2C interface. We're also changing the look of our entire app. I'll come to that. Rujita, any kind of closing thoughts on the demand side? Any kind of learnings which you've had? You've been around for a long time. Anything which you feel others can help you out, or maybe if you have any challenges, you can share those challenges, and maybe people can give their feedback on it.
Yeah, so I think for us it's very similar. We use a lot of performance marketing. We've just started on SEO. We did not do it initially, but we're increasingly seeing the benefit in it. Uh, Across categories for us, like the numbers would differ a little bit, but I would say that ballpark, very similar to what Subi said, 1 to 2% is what we look at uh, in terms of conversion rates. And yeah, I think in terms, I mean, I don't have any challenges per se. I think it is a challenge always. The cost of getting any new customers, that is definitely that is the biggest challenge I think that we face probably on the demand side, and making unit economics work as a marketplace. Uh, but but yeah, I mean, I don't have anything specifically additionally to add. I'm also not very involved on the demand end, so I think my inputs here are also limited.
All right.
Let me just ask one question.
Sure, of course.
Are you guys working on community building for your marketplace?
In what context?
Like generally, I'm saying any kind of community you are trying to build.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, all of you, like, are you
have a
working?
community.
Sorry.
You mean in terms of like artists and sellers?
Community where either it is like customers, which can
Customer oriented
be aspiring customers.
Forums, I think. That's what I think I'm saying, right? Forums.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Right? What you are
Yeah.
looking towards is
No,
forum.
we don't have a forum as yet. We don't have a forum. We do have a Facebook community of artists and creators. So we not only sell products, we also have workshops and experiences. So we do have a community for that, but we don't have a community for not for retail order customers, if that's what you understand.
Has anybody experimented with offline modes, maybe a store in store or pop-up kind of these flea markets or something? Any experiences anybody would like?
Yes, I guess Suspire has tried a lot of flea markets, and we hosted one in Bombay also. which for us in the sustainable space, education matters a lot because, to be very honest, not a lot of people are aware why to switch to sustainable and vegan products, or maybe they are just treating it as a trend. So we are trying to build that community, what Sagar just asked about. Um, and it is kind of working well. Like, we do a lot of educational content on Instagram, and we also do have started with writing blogs, and we posted on LinkedIn and all the social medias. So yeah, it's kind of working well, but it's a very slow process.
Mhm. So we have also tried. I mean, we have a store in Bangalore, and then we also sell in mother care stores across India. And we've tried flea markets also, and pop-ups, but that's something that you're not doing again. It really, for a brand which has such a large variety of products, flea markets and pop-ups don't work out for us because it's a lot of effort, especially with apparel, and you have to carry every size for every style. So that we've realized something is not, we are not cut out for that. But yeah, we want to explore more retail opportunity as well, more shopping shops like we've done with Market Care. But what we found is it's very difficult to get into that because of the whole margin and pricing thing. Because the customer comes and starts comparing it to the selling price on the e-commerce store, and not really the MRP which will be listed on the product and all. So that's where it sort of falls off. But what we then do is, we try and see. We've done a couple of B2B kind of a deals where if somebody is having a small store in like some place in Delhi or Kerala or whatever, we'll send some products like 20, 30 units or 13s or something in bulk and all of that. But the major retail presence is right now only happening in mother care stores as of now.
So we have a question there. Are you doing this for your private label or
Maybe only.
yeah? Because again, we've talked about the
Yeah.
yeah. It becomes like if you sign up on an SR model fund.
Yeah. Only for my private label.
I think on that note, I think what's also worked for Mybageecha is the fact that a lot of our products are actually private labels, So we have a lot of vendors and we've actively tried to complete the category. But when we run Google ads, Facebook ads, and all of these, it really works out only if we have a lot of margin, and that margin is only possible on our
Yeah.
own products. So I think increasingly we've seen that just one model is probably not the answer. And I think just a feedback for everybody. If it's possible in your category, it's always good to have some products which are where you added more value, where you're probably stocking it and you can run your ads with it, and then you have your entire marketplace revolving around that. That's something kind of which has worked out well. All right. Um, you want to say something?
I'll just add to it, Shavit. The same thing has worked out really well for us also. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So I'm saying,
I think we're losing you, Apar. Are you
but
moving?
loss-making company also. But I, yeah, I'm driving actually. Think I'll give me. I'm just driving. It's fine. Shavit, I'm driving.
Sure, we can.
I think I'll.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll come back.
We'll just, sure. All right. So now just moving on from the demand side, moving more towards the supply side. The couple of challenges which all of us face is attracting vendors, first of all, in managing the vendors and deciding what kind of commissions we're going to have for them. The entire ops piece, where how easy is it to onboard, how easy is it to manage them. Um, so, I mean, it's an open forum for all of you, what has worked for you, what has not, anybody would like to have a go? let's talk about vendor discovery. So I think just to get started, the ball rolling, how do you source your vendors? How do they know about you? And possibly, how do they compare you with other marketplaces, especially the Amazon and Flipkarts? How do you manage that equation and set expectations in terms of what you can offer to them, which others cannot?
So I'll go first. I am an accidental marketplace because we did not intend to be one. And then we had inbound interest coming in because we had built up, a website which had a particular segment of customers, which was very very niche, a woman in her pregnancy and motherhood journey, and we had products both for the mother and the child. So, baby product brands started reaching out to us and saying that, why don't you list us on your website and see. So we started it in a manual mode only, where we basically manually created their listings and started seeing if they're going to get orders or not. And once it started growing, we thought that this is something that we should pursue. We also saw that it drove repeat purchases for our customers, for our existing customers, which was getting harder for us because people will buy only once or twice. But if the width and the variety of products was much larger, they were more likely to come again and again. So it was helping us increase our customer lifetime, both in terms of time and value. Then what we started doing is we started plotting the entire motherhood journey and figured out, what all products are needed at every stage, at every point in the non-apparel part of it. And we started figuring out which are the brands that we wanted to work with. We had both inbound interest and we started reaching out to brands as well. And first of all, when we were starting off, like the model was still new, we started reaching out to brands which were similar to our size. Startups, maybe 3 to 4 years old, but had good reviews on other marketplaces. And I think the brands were also more than happy to find a niche kind of platform for them, because it helped in visibility, and secondly, uh, you know there are only limited marketplaces in this particular segment to sell on. So that's I think that's what worked for us. We've always reached out either through a cold call mechanism, where we're reaching out on their Insta DMs, or having have a number on the website or an email, just emailing them, and or finding a contact on LinkedIn, and just pinging them and introducing ourselves and driving a conversation. So it's been very very organic that way. So, yep, that's
And it's very interesting. Moultrie, how do you manage expectations of vendors? How do they benchmark you versus others?
I think for us, we do have a lot of inbound as well. Again, given that home decor is early in its journey, so there are a lot of vendors who are fed up with the Amazons, Flipkarts of the world, and they do want to be, of course, in a place wherein they're only with the category, right? We do have a certain set of things that we do promise them, which is curation, only the category, very good quality of media, which is how we've been able to grow to a family of around 250 brands now. I think it's also very important overall to maintain a very good mix of brands, right? Because at the end of the day, look, brands will come to you for any customer, there's a certain aspiration, right? So when a brand sees that, okay, there are other brands here, which could be either international ones or anyone from the industry they recognize, there is sort of, they know, okay, these are decent people, they've been in the business. So I think that's extremely important. And apart from that, a bunch of our brands have come also from referrals, right? Like existing home decor is extremely fragmented, so which means that they're just folks who sort of referred other people who are in an adjacent industry, and it's just helped the overall folks.
That's great. Vijita, any challenges which you're facing on the supply chain side? You could even talk about shipments or the kind of shippers you're working with or whatever, it could anything on the supply side which you're sort of struggling with.
Sure. So We have actually we have a quite I would say rigorous supply effort that goes on at Zwende. We have a steady, of course, we have a steady set of inbound leads that come in to us, but we also have a team that reaches out to interesting artists that we feel will do well on the platform, supply that we'd like to onboard, that may be topical, that may be to grow a specific category. It could be based on certain trends. So we have all of that always ongoing on the supply team. I think for us, in terms of challenges, the largest challenge for us being because everything is made to order, and 90%, I would say, of orders that come in are customized at the moment, and they're not shipping from ready stock. One of the biggest challenges for us is to manage supplier timelines. So in a world where Amazon and Flipkart offer same day, next day delivery, it is definitely a challenge for us both on this, like in terms of explaining to customers why something is going to take maybe 10 to 14 days to even ship to them. Uh, as well as let's say helping for us helping suppliers build capacity on the supply end so that timelines reduce overall, because we do sell a lot of products that have a timeline that could range anywhere between 3 to 21 days.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I think in your category, since it's customizable, people may still be willing to wait, but for others, it's really very difficult. So,
3 days or 4 days. So we have supplier contracts which you signed up. It varies from category to category. Furniture is the highest, but 96 hours is the maximum dispatch time that we allow for furniture related categories, and for all other categories, 48 hours. And it's also, the mix is such that there are certain products which are like apparel, then there are like creams and skincare, and then there is bigger products like furniture. And also we have realized that we need to have multiple contracts with multiple logistics companies also, because we were earlier shipping only through delivery, and what we found is that we started getting an extremely crazy bill for logistics when it came to products that we ship for, say, furniture or ride on toys kind of brands, which are basically bulkier and higher in volumetric. So now we have multiple contracts, some with Amazon shipping, some with Blue Dart, some with Express Bees, to manage the entire cost. And we, basically ask those brands to only select those particular supply chain as well.
COVID, any best practices since you're from supply chain? How are you planning this?
So currently, we are stable in the supply chain. We use drop shipping, and previously, what we were doing, we were handling shipping for all the brands. Like we used to have 200 warehouses across India, and we used to use two aggregators just to cover all maximum pin codes. So now, like last 2 months back, we have started pushing shipping to all the brands, and now reducing some sort of commission towards them. We have established around 60%, 40% brands who are taking care of shipping by themselves, so that they can directly use their own local logistics companies as well. And we have created certain SOPs to maintain that quality check, and we have created or maintained some sort of QC as well, just to make sure that the all deadlines are meeting on mark. And the thing is, right now, we are also planning to go live in international marketplace as well. And we are like in the international marketplace, as you also know, that we are a drop shipping company. So the main problem which we are facing right now, and which we are finding solution, is like to how to ship a whole order in just one single go. As you also know, like we have 200 warehouses across India, and if somebody like from international market orders something of around 2 3 products from different brands, then we wish to ship all the products in one single parcel only. So we are like open to have few feedbacks if anybody can help us. And currently we are also having brief discussion with experts as well to sort this problem out.
Yeah, I think it will just require two flows, right? First, you'll have to get it at one warehouse, and from that warehouse, you'll have to ship it. So,
Correct.
yeah, we can discuss it in some time. So, currently, for example, on the application, we just handle one flow, right? We don't have two flows, but that's something which we can always kind of, have a look at. If it's just about that, if there are more problems to this in terms of shipper selection, in terms of other things, that is something which
Correct.
to figure out.
Hey, Sharad, sorry, guys, I'll have to drop off. I have a meeting at 7. So, but lovely connecting with everyone, Sharad. I'm really sorry I'm dropping off here. मैंने factor in नहीं किया था meeting
No,
को.
absolutely. Don't worry about it. Thanks for making it. I think we are also at the fag end. So we'll just kind of wrap up this meeting. We have the last 5 minutes where there are two things which I would like to just share with everybody. Apart, please feel free to drop off if you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I look forward to connecting you. Sharad, if you could make a WhatsApp group and connect all of us, that'll be great help as well.
Yeah, sure. Definitely. We do that.
Great. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.
So guys, just kind of, be mindful of the time, and there are so many things else which we can discuss, but I'll just kind of give you a very quick summary of what is on our roadmap right now for the next few months. And we'll also take a feedback from you in terms of what all of you are expecting as well. So the first thing is we are doing like a major UI upgrade. We've seen that now as we have developed more and more features, some things are not as intuitive as they used to be. And while we're building that, we're also trying out a very interesting model, which is something which we call brand partnerships, where, of course, all of you are building marketplaces at scale and you are working with 100, 200, 500,000 sellers. But we've seen that the same technology can also be used to build some kind of a brand directory, where D2C brands can actually enlist in our brand directory and say that, look, we are interested in finding other marketplaces who we can work with and cross list and cross promote. So this is something which would be very interesting, and this can potentially give you access to many more sellers, because I think vendor discovery is one part of the problem which we've just spoken about. You're doing a lot of things manually. Maybe is a much wider world out there for you to kind of explore. So that's the second bit we are kind of working on. We are also continuously adding like more and more smaller features and just contributing more and more to the stability. So we've launched a very big feature which is called the vendor syncing feature. I hope all of you are aware, but if you're working with vendors who have their own website and at scale, we've done it for Shopify, we've done it for WooCommerce, we are building it for Magento, Squarespace, and other such. We are also trying to build integrations with Amazon and Flipkart so that if some of you have your own products like Surpi, we can give you a way to connect those products to your Amazon and Flipkart marketplaces and also process all the orders at one go. Little bit like a Unicommerce kind of a model. So we are just trying to be that one application which solves all your issues rather than kind of needing to go piecemeal. So these are some of the areas, the larger areas which we are kind of working in. We've launched a WhatsApp automation feature very recently. I think very interestingly, we are also launching a C2C dashboard feature where now not relevant to a lot of you, but basically this kind of a feature helps embed the Shipturtle application on your respective websites itself. And it's a lighter version of the application. You can, think of a Quicker or a OLX, typically customers are also the sellers. And this kind of a feature helps us make it a very seamless experience. So rather than sellers needing to come to a Shipturtle application and then listing everything, it's just a lighter way to go about it. So I think that's in response to your point, COVID, where you mentioned, some feedback. So this is something which is customizable. You can completely change the look and feel of this as per your website. Again, I'm not sure how relevant it is for all of you, but it is just something to know. We will be sharing a newsletter about the same presently. So that's our roadmap, and very happy to hear from all of you in terms of overall feedback and where we can improve before we end the call.
Yeah, Sharad, this is actually really great. The C2C, I really like the idea, which would be like, I guess we could find a way out, of integrating this on our website also, where there could be more affiliates and people promoting sustainability and everything. So that's the idea.
Sure. I think we're doing a beta with a couple of customers, and we will share the details with you very soon so that you can also explore.
Yeah, sounds good.
Surbi, any feedback? Any wish list?
I think I have given you quite a lot of.
And we can contain it, right? So if there's any more you can give us.
Yeah, no, the usual only. Incorporating the gift cards, but I think that's a Shopify issue where they don't expose the API pretty well, right?
I think we've solved it for you. So there's still some challenges you can let us know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think so far so good. The only other thing is that, sometimes the same distributor has multiple brands. That is a piece that we haven't been able to solve.
Mhm.
But for me, that's the only challenge left right now. People having multiple brands, how do they get a single login?
Absolutely. Jitna, any thoughts from you? We've been working a lot on your tracking page.
Customization in brand color and logo will really help. So,
What do you mean by customization for brand color and logo? That's all.
either the user interface will change, and we will be able to customize it as per our brand colors or something like that.
So it's already available on the application. There's a magic wand on the right of the application, and if you change that, the colors change for all your vendors. Now, this is something different. So I think we'll share the newsletter very soon. And
Yeah,
we'll share like a demo video. It has its pros and cons. So we'll share that, and you can always look at it and get in touch in case you feel it's something interesting.
definitely. Cool.
Chitra, sorry.
Yeah, no,
Any-
no problem. I think I have been sharing quite a steady flow of inputs over the last month or so.
Right.
And matlab, I don't have anything new to add as such, but I'm happy to sort of get on. I can do a separate call. I feel because I think a lot of our requirements I feel are also very specific to customized products.
Right.
So happy to share all of that. Like as of now, I don't have anything new to add. I have definitely shared about the order tracking page. If there's a way that we can, streamline that better, some way to, show delivery dates, which is a big issue for us at the moment, where customers, almost every customer who places an order currently reaches out at some point of time to ask when the order is going to reach them, to show to show an estimated delivery date. If there's a way we could figure that out, that would be amazing.
Right. Wonderful. Just an open question to all of you. Uh, None of you are making payments from the application to your seller account. So we don't have the connection right now. We are integrated with Stripe and PayPal, which our American and European customers use. But is that something which is really needed? I mean, we have our commission entire feature. Should we look at an integration with a Razor Pay or I don't know, some UPI mechanism or something so that with a click of a button, you can simply make the payments from the application to respective seller accounts?
Yeah, I guess that would be a great feature addition to Shipturtle, because the more the vendors we have to, sometimes actually we are working on the commission automation also. So that would be great if we could calculate the commissions as per the vendor and then straight away pay them through that.
Hmm.
Right, and the thing is, right now, what is happening? Like, your platform is giving us that feature to calculate the commissions, but our accounts team has to make the payments from our portal. So it would be great if you could introduce both the thing in one single roof. Like, for example, you are like calculating the commission, and if you'll give us some sort of integration with Razor Pay or anything, then it will like curate the whole process into one single streamlined process.
All right. Surbi, Ruchita, do you have a
Yeah,
similar need or?
I feel like right now the commission part also is a little bit. It does not, let's say, address vendors who are not GST registered, and hence making payments, if that feature even was available now, would be very difficult for us, Sharad. because we work with a lot of suppliers who are not GST registered, and we need. I mean, right now we're doing all the commission calculations offline. Because of that, we can't really use the data that we get directly. We have to do it manually, separately. But before getting into, I think, payments, it would be definitely helpful if we could accommodate, uh, that the commission calculation for non-registered sellers as well.
All right.
We use Zoho Books basically to create our invoicing and all, but we have a lot of credit notes coming in from from the sellers where products have been returned or an RTO has been generated. I don't think that information is currently getting captured in Shipturtle. So we will not be able to pay them directly from there. And plus, some of our sellers are even giving us a marketing contribution and all. So we have a calculation going on, and therefore we do it separately. But yes, definitely, I feel that because I sell on marketplaces also, and cash flow visibility is extremely important for any seller. To be able to show them how much they are due and when, is going to be very helpful for them. So that is something that we are trying to achieve offline, but if that we can do through Shipturtle by uploading even if we generate the invoice in our accounting books, but we upload it there and say that this is your final invoice and this is the time period in which we will pay it. It will give them some visibility of how much cash is going to come.
So that's very interesting. If you can all compile your requirements. So I think I personally also know that the commission piece is something which we can really do a much more spectacular job of. We've been holding off a little because we're trying to aggregate requirements. I think I've been very open with all of you that if I hear the same requirements from a lot of you, then it's just very much easier for us to kind of, go ahead and build anything. Since we've heard from all three of you, please do share your requirements. We'll just have a look at it. We'll also reach out to other customers of ours and see if we can put something together and maybe by April or something have much better flow on the commission part of it. I completely agree. I think if the sellers can know how much they are earning and make it like very, very smooth, it's very important for them.
Because the first thing I do every morning is go to payments portal on Myntra, on Amazon, on this, that, and see how much money am I going to get this week. So I am sure that other sellers also have the same kind of anticipation for it.
Yes, and Sharad, just one more point to add in that if there could be customization as per seller, all the features that are available for this, and the customizable feature for to enable and disable some of the settings would be great because as Rujita said that they are working with a lot of sellers that have not registered their GST. So it would be great where in one feature we could have both. So where we can customize it as per a particular seller and a vendor.
Absolutely.
And one more thing, Sharad, before you drop off, I just wanted to give you one more idea that you might want to work on. Is like how to sort of build a marketing platform on the marketplaces, because when you have 100 or whatever, any number of sellers, right, and you'll have multiple sellers in each category, you would probably want to show certain listings up and give people space to market their listings for better visibility and search, which is what a true marketplace does, right? It simulates the entire auction
Correct.
process. So that is something that is lacking right now, and our brands and vendors are asking for that. But right now we have to do it manually through like a merchandising app and artificially push up your listings. But in the future, if this can be something that you can think upon and bring a solution to, that'll also be pretty helpful, and it will go very well with the marketplace support that you have been building so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was going to mention that actually. Even Sagar, he's dropped off now, but he had asked this a couple of months back. I think it's very intuitive. Marketplace makes money just from two sources. One is ads and one is commissions, right?
Right.
And it's a very important piece of money. So we please do share which application this is. We'll have a look at what they are doing. I want to specifically see how they can control your Shopify store and automatically push listings up.
You to build one. I don't have an idea.
You said there's some merchandising application you're using. So
Yeah, that I'm using. Yes.
yeah. So if there's something which you're already using which is doing it, then either we can try to build the same thing, or we can work with partners like that to figure out, something which is a more consolidated solution. We are actively doing these kind of things. So we are figuring out certain applications which can help all of you. And instead of trying to build it ourselves, we can just do it quicker by collaborating. So we are looking at AI, for example. How can we ease the listing process for the description space? Is there some kind of an image editor or image enhancer which we can do? And a couple of more things. So we are kind of, actively trying to see what we can do here.
So if you don't mind me asking, what app do you use? Can you just let us know?
So that is a sort and merchandising app. It is by Search Tab. It
Okay.
doesn't allow marketing. What it does is it allows you to select which should be your featured products on top, and it automatically puts your sold out listings to the bottom for every single category and collection.
Okay.
And then you can have like several rules, like you can show high inventory items on the top, sorted by variant inventory ratios, like hundreds of things you can do, and you can even put your custom rules. So we find it very useful because we are able to automate our collections that way.
Yeah, that's actually sounds really good because we also do it manually. Takes up a lot of time and resources.
Yeah, we used to do it manually, and then this app saved our life. So I'm just putting it on the chat. You can look it from there.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. So I think we are way past our time. Thanks so much for kind of making it here. I hope this has been useful for you. I hope maybe you can do this, after a couple of months again. Um, we will make a group with all of you, and there are many more actually. We try to make this like a very close session so that all of you can interact more easily. So I think that's all from our side. Yeah, thanks again.
Yes. Thank you, Sharad, for this.
Thanks,
Thank
thanks, Rajita.
Nice meeting all of you.
you.
See you.
Thanks, Sharad.
See you.
Bye bye.